I want you to send this episode to your family. Like, I want them to be able to, like, all have this memory, this moment. I'm sure that everybody remembers, but I think you've honored the legacy, the people that came before you, the people who walked with you. It explains a lot about why you have, I think, this joy and this connection. I mean, I think the very first time I walked up to talk to you, I'm pretty sure we just started hugging. And I'm like, this is pretty amazing. I love this man.
Yeah. Well, back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother.
Thank you.
You earned BeatiDudes socks too. You'll get them after the show.
I'll give you 150 points.
I love it.
BeatiDudes! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, but mostly gentlemen. 66% according to our stats on YouTube. My name is Paul Kolker. We are the BeatiDudes, a podcast for Christian men seeking to grow in holiness, learning from each other, walking, talking, arm in arm, on the way to eternity with the Trinity. I am joined, as always, by my co-hosts, Nick Besner.
Nerd.
And Jeffrey Scheffelbein.
Shout out to the 1.3% in Australia.
Percentage. We are getting there.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. No, but that voice you just heard, that melodic, very just wonderful dulcet tone that you heard there was none other than Sean Magennis. And he's no half pint. That's right. Sean Magennis, he's got a lot brewing. We're back with the man who travels so much he put the outing in scouting. Welcome back, Sean Magennis.
Hello, Paul. Very nicely put.
Thank you very much. So, Sean, on the last episode, which, if you haven't seen it yet, go back, check it out. Share
Just
it
press
with a friend.
rewind.
Yeah, like it's a VHS.
No. Pietro edits it. So there's two shows.
Nobody even has to rewind anymore unless it's to skip back 10 seconds.
Huh?
Okay. All right. Anyway, so yeah.
Don't you look at that watch, Sean.
I beg your pardon.
He's getting emails. He's getting emails. God.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
I was getting an email. It's terrible.
Hold on. We used to think like, wow, someday in the future you'll be able to like talk in your watch and get message like.
It's now.
It's kind of wild.
It's now.
And the future is now. And
can I point out one other thing?
Yeah.
Sean took off his glasses. I think it's about to get wild up in here.
Oh no, it's gonna go crazy. This is gonna be completely off the hook, everybody. So buckle
or
up.
it's gonna be super serious because sometimes
it could be a
want to cry all over their.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's true.
expecting.
Yeah, we don't know. But again, 5 stars. Share, like, and subscribe. Give us a rating and review. We just saw one from June this year. Is the latest we have on Apple Podcasts. So
thank you, June, for the 5-star review.
No, I mean that was the month that it was.
Thank you, June, who came in July.
A very august member of our audience.
Oh gosh!
But
my September's backed up.
Wake me up when it ends.
Wake me up before
you got
November.
Anyway, Sean, welcome back. Thank you for sharing so much about your career, your journey, your faith life in the last episode.
Is your middle name John?
It's James.
Oh, Sean James.
Sean James. Sean John would have been fun, though.
Then I have a third.
A third name?
A third name.
Magennis.
Before Magennis. So my third name is Babington.
Whoa. No way.
Yes.
No way.
There's a story behind that.
Very Irish.
I think since we're about to talk about something, we may find this Babington story out.
Yeah, because we want to go back to your roots, because you said you moved to the United States, in 1990?
I did. Well, to Canada.
To Canada.
Yes.
The gateway.
It was a gateway.
It was this great big wall, all these White Walkers.
I mean,
it was strange up there.
Thank God for Canada. That's all I can say.
They do have a leaf on their flag. But okay, so you went to Canada first.
I did.
But you were in South Africa to begin with. Is that correct?
Until the age of 26.
Okay, so you were born and raised in South Africa.
I was.
Can you paint the picture of that part of your life? Like, just, I'm sure we're all, like, our audience doesn't really know much about South Africa. Most of them.
1652, the Portuguese, I mean, there were people in South Africa since the beginning of time, right? The cradle of humanity, they call it. An extraordinary place. And South Africa itself is a true melting pot. 12 official languages.
Wow.
So 12 major tribal groups, and then a lot of offshoots. And when the Europeans came to South Africa, it was really, it was a stopping off point for the Dutch as they were going to India, the spice route.
Yeah.
And then when the Dutch Middle East India Company, you had the tribal groups coming down. They were very much they were nomads, and they were going from place to place, and they weren't sort of in fixed locations, although they were fixed tribal groups. But you had this collision of Europe and Africa, and so South Africa developed really quickly, and then they discovered diamonds and gold, and in the 1800s and 1900s, and so if you look at South Africa today compared to the rest of Africa, it has a first world infrastructure. And it has probably the finest constitution in the world that enshrines minority rights. But that wasn't the case when I grew up. That was the result of a lot of people in the early 90s sitting down and saying, we just have got to stop killing each other and doing crazy things to each other. So, it was a great privilege to grow up there, but it was very complicated because I grew up under apartheid.
Got it.
And
that's crazy.
Crazy. And both my parents were very liberal. My mother, and her family, very big Catholic family. So my grandmother had 10 girls. And my grandfather died at a young age. They had come from the UK. My mother was born in Africa. She was born in what was then Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe.
Okay.
Born in a little town called Bulawayo. My father's family came in the early 1800s. My great-grandfather to plant trees to reforest so that they could repair ships. And so that was an Irish family. And then my grandfather married a Dutch woman and from a very prominent South African Dutch family. So, if you look at my 23andMe, it's quite the combo. So, but, going back to growing up there, it was a very privileged upbringing because both my parents worked. They were both entrepreneurial. So, so you lived with tremendous privilege, but at the same time, you lived with the awareness, and your awareness grew as you got older and more mature. And
sure.
When I was a child, our housekeeper that worked for my parents for many, many years before I was born, he was a black man by the name of Peter Ndlovu, and he was born in the same town as my mother in Bulawayo by happenstance. But ended up living with my parents and working with them.
Oh, wow.
The reason he lived with them is he couldn't live anywhere else. They had what was called the pass laws, and those pass laws prevented you from living in any white neighborhoods. Now, you could go back to your township, but because he was an immigrant, his visa requirements were even more stringent. So literally he lived in a 2-mile circumference, and he had friends in the neighborhood, but he couldn't go out at night after 6 o'clock. Imagine not being able to go out at night after 6 o'clock.
Wow.
But this man was as loved and as cared for and as committed to my brother, sister, and I in our growth and development as we were to him. And we had no idea that he was treated legally as a second-class citizen. So imagine growing up and you have this deep, abiding love and affection for a human being, and you suddenly wake up one day, which I did around, well, I'll go back to 8 years old. 8 years old, my parents got divorced. And the bishop said to my mother, Pauline, you're making a mockery out of marriage. She got divorced and married to my father 3 times. She was a very dedicated, very spiritual person, but they had a personality clash, and they just couldn't get over that. And no blame on either side. They're great people, loved their kids. But I was sent to boarding school at the age of 8, and so I was ripped out of the home environment, but I was also taken away from Peter and our community and my brother and sister. And that was devastating in many ways. I use the word devastating now. When I was in it, I cried myself to sleep every night. And I went to boarding school in this little town in an area called the Valley of 1,000 Hills. Just picture 1,000 hills, beautiful hills, a lot of them covered with sugarcane, a couple of huts spread around, very rural.
Similar to North Texas.
Very similar to North Texas, yes.
No, that's
in one's imagination. Similar to North Texas.
And you close your eyes.
Close your eyes. And I was blessed to be put next to an amazing human being who's one of my best friends still today. His name was Grant Treble. He's a man of faith. I mean, this man is like the rock of Gibraltar in his Christian faith. But he slept next to me, and he was a big kid. I was a skinny little kid, and he was sort of kind of a protecting figure. Yeah. And we bonded. We slept in these little cots with a little, wooden dresser, tiny little wooden dresser, like those file cabinets. I mean, really small.
Wow.
And it was kind of almost military in nature.
Military.
I like your pronunciation.
Thank you.
A bit military.
See, I'm learning. How do they say in Texas? I'm learning.
Hey, that's right. Hey, y'all.
Actually, in Texas, they say military.
Military.
You go right back to...
But we have an apostrophe.
That's right.
Yeah, in there.
Small apostrophe.
Yeah.
So Grant was kind of a mainstay, and we kind of struggled through things together. But that was a very pivotal, formative time. And one of the things that we both enjoyed was our local, our school-based prayer group, which was interdenominational. Now, it was weird. I went to a Methodist boarding school, and being Catholic, my mother required that we go to Mass every Sunday. So there was a group of us, maybe 15 boys in our uniforms that would walk to Mass for the 6:30 Mass on a Sunday. We'd miss breakfast. We'd miss the
AM, 6:30
AM. AM. And it wasn't a big walk. It was like 2 miles, so not a big deal. But we'd walk to Mass, and then and my mother would sneak into Mass because she wasn't allowed to see us during school term, but she'd sit in a couple of pews behind. We had to sit in the front row in our little uniforms, and it was fantastic. And we'd come back, and we'd have the best breakfast in the world because there was only like 15 boys. And the cook, her name was Mrs. Lloyd, and she would make us bacon and eggs. Everybody else was eating like
goulash.
If the bacon, goulash, or like burnt porridge, or like soggy toast.
What's some more?
I love the word porridge.
Porridge.
That's perfect. Say porridge.
But it was, for me, it was a combination. It was weird. It was a combination of this tremendous sort of pain of loss, pain of, and then this almost sort of surreal, incredible childhood where you have great friends, and so that paradox was kind of sometimes frightening.
Yeah.
But for example, in my first couple of years, I tried to run away, but I got caught at the front gate. My brother successfully ran away because he followed me the next year. He got home, and then my mother drove him straight back.
Success.
There was a history. There was a history in our family. My sister ran away from boarding school. I did, and my brother did.
Wow.
And we all went back, and we all stuck it out.
Wow.
But it was quite the experience. But there was a couple. They were named the Curleys, Ian and Anne Curley, who were just amazing people because they were sort of the spiritual anchor in the school. They did Bible study, and they're still together. They're still alive. And anyway, that's for another Friday maybe. The importance of teachers in our lives, teachers of faith, right?
Oh yeah.
But they did this Bible study, and it was something that galvanized my my spirituality. And Grant and I still talk about it today, and we reflect on how lucky we were and how blessed we were to have God and Jesus Christ in our lives, and a regular weekly and daily activity. The other thing is we had church every day at boarding school.
Oh, wow.
So you started after breakfast. Before going to class, you went into the chapel. It was half an hour. And our headmaster, Sholto Macmillan, was one of the finest orators on the planet. I mean, this man knew his Bible, but he was grounded. He was very smart. He went to Oxford University in the UK.
Heard of it?
Yeah, he was dynamic. No, sorry, that's a very bad butchered Oxford accent. But he was also a great leader in that regard. And when I go back to South Africa and I visit, I try and go back up to the school and just sit in the chapel for
cool.
15 minutes. And
how long were you in the school? The rest
I was
of your
at
schooling?
that school. No, I was at that school for 6 years, and then I went to another boarding school for high school for a couple of years, and then my mother, in her wisdom, wanted to have her kids home. So for my last 2 years of high school, my mom managed to bring us all together, and we had a family experience for a few years, which was wonderful.
All of this sounds
a
like
family
out of
experience,
a book.
right?
Yeah.
Is it so like homeschooled?
Like a book.
Like homeschooled?
No. We went to
school nearby.
Public school.
Yeah,
But they just lived together.
Right.
But
Okay.
we lived together for the first time as a family since I was 8.
That's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was wild.
What came of the man that you had such a fond relationship with?
So we would see him. My father lived in Johannesburg, my mother in Durban, and we would visit him. My dad was very committed, as was my mom. When we went to visit my dad for, split time vacations, the first thing we do is we go and see him. My parents got him a job with their best friends, and that's where he stayed until he died of a heart attack in 95, 96. But I have a charcoal etching of him above my desk at home, and I have several photos on the wall. It's a great memory.
Yeah.
Living memory.
Yeah. It's like foreign to us to think about your upbringing. That's so unique. And I think the way you honor him is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Agreed.
And, Peter.
What a name.
Yeah, come on.
Come on. I mean, talk about the rock.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty special.
Peter.
Yeah.
We honor Peter.
Thank you.
You threw a Babington in there at one point.
Yeah. So this is another interesting story. So my great-grandfather was a smart guy, but they didn't have any money in Ireland.
Yeah.
And 2 sisters, both spinsters, kind of funded
That's an okay word to say?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't it spinster?
I don't know. It sounds like it's like cussing in Ireland or something.
The crack, they adopted him and paid for his university, and so his commitment to them was when he had a son or his oldest child, he would give them their family name, which was Babington. They were the Babington sisters.
Wow.
From County Down, a little town called Dundrum, close to Dublin on the ocean. Beautiful, beautiful part of Ireland if you've been to Ireland.
Been to Dublin.
Yeah.
Love it.
To Dublin.
It's the fastest growing city in Ireland.
Yeah.
It's always Dublin.
So my grandfather was Babington, my father was Babington, I'm Babington, and I didn't have a son, but I had a daughter, and I broke the mold, and she's Babington, so she's Sophia Maria Babington Magennis.
Yes.
Isn't that cool?
I love it.
Double middle name.
Pay it forward, right?
Yeah.
Your
And
life
honor.
experiences are amazing. Like, I understand why you could probably connect with anybody in any country and have no
that's very
judgment
kind.
of their background, their upbringing, their socioeconomic, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you have this everyman connection from the things you've been through and the people that shaped you. It's beautiful.
The way you were
thank you.
raised in South Africa. Like that's such a, that's amazing.
And by the way, it takes a village. My mother's best friend was an extraordinary woman. She was also a spinster. Big family. She was French Mauritian, but from French ancestry. And so her mother when my folks got divorced and my mom kind of was just, hey, I need to regroup, we went to live with this family and in their home. And my mom's best friend, her name was Noel, she gave us her bedroom. So it was, 4 of us in it was a big bedroom, but 4 of us, and we lived in their house. And, pretty extraordinary people. And and so when she passed, I brought show and tell actually.
Oh, please.
If I could bring it up.
Yeah.
So she was a living saint, like Jen, by the way. If all of us could aspire to be as saintly as these people,
Absolutely.
right? But her name was Noel Rey, and I don't know if your audience can see
Absolutely.
this. But it's a giant rosary made of wood from Medjugorje.
Oh, my goodness.
And so, when she went, she did 5 pilgrimages to Medjugorje. She'd been to Lourdes. So she was a spinster. She worked for the French consulate. Yeah, please. She worked for the French consulate for her whole career. She got the French Legion of Honor, the highest award for a civilian that you could get. But, she was another example. Isn't that beautiful?
So beautiful.
And it's huge, and it's By the way, I've had experiences.
I'm afraid to. Like, I don't. This seems fragile to me.
No, I mean this is wood from Medjugorje.
It's amazing. Well, I think that's why I'm being so gentle with it.
No, don't be gentle.
It feels holy.
Let me tell you that rosary has the Holy Spirit like in every aspect of it. I've slept with it on my chest sometimes, in dark times, and it works like a talisman. It works as it should.
Sure, it does what it's supposed to. Yeah,
it truly is remarkable. But Noel was this just unbelievable woman who was my godmother, and she was my sponsor for my confirmation in South Africa. And when she passed, she left that to me.
Wow.
Which was she would have it at a bedside. So it's at my bedside, and it always will be.
Ah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful.
Sean, the scouting's awesome. You need to be writing a book while you're scouting. I love this.
Oh, thank you. Well, we live every day, right?
That's right. With the living book.
With your pending woodworking badge, you can
take a few.
Make us a couple of BeatiDudes rosaries
from
similar
Medjugorje.
or Philmont.
Oh yeah, we'll take Philmont will be just fine.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah,
this is cool.
No, it's great.
It's great. The children, yeah. Oh, this rosary's so big I could pray on it for decades.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Your joke socks. These are socks that match the rosary. That's what I was going to say.
Who does it?
They're not
Your joke socks.
This is incredible, though. I mean,
it really is.
I'm not trying to make light of it. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, special.
Ooh.
Wow.
I want you to send this episode to your family. Like, I want them to be able to, like, all have this memory, this moment. I'm sure that everybody remembers, but I think you've honored the legacy, the people that came before you, the people who walked with you. It explains a lot about why you have, I think, this joy and this connection. I mean, I think the very first time I walked up to talk to you, I'm pretty sure we just started hugging. And I'm like, this is pretty amazing. I love this man.
Yeah. Well, back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brother.
Thank you.
You earned BeatiDudes socks too. You'll get them after the show.
I'll give you 150 points.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know that there's any topping where we've been already. So thank you for sharing your story.
Oh my goodness.
Such a pleasure.
Blessed.
Yeah, this was incredible.
Don't be afraid to go deep with people, guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah,
ask
go
the deep
deep
questions. Find out about people's backstory. I mean, it's incredible.
Stop acting like the BeatiDudes is only funny. We cry a lot. There's been a lot of tears just this week.
Yes.
Recorded, right? We recorded those tears right here.
We did.
That's it. No fear for tears.
That's right.
No tears for fear.
No fear for tears. Yes, that's right. Well, we will see you all in the backstory of your life. And for the rest of you, we will
see you in the Eucharist.
God bless.
God bless.
Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to join us at our undersized table, subscribe to the video version of the show on YouTube by typing @ that's the symbol @ so shift and 2 on your keyboard, @ the _ BeatiDudes on YouTube. We'll see you there.